Hey everyone, it's May, and today I'm going to be doing a video about diets. This is a video I've been wanting to make for quite a long time. It's like all these thoughts have been circling around in my head and I just need to get them out. It's probably going to be somewhat of a rant, but it's just a message that I want to try to get across, and maybe you guys will agree with me, maybe you'll disagree with me, maybe no one will care, but I'm going to say it anyway. So, if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I'm vegetarian, and if you haven't, then now you know. I've done a lot of like what I eat in a day videos and stuff, trying to like come up with recipes for you guys to hopefully be helpful if you're like looking to try to be vegetarian or whatever, just like sharing with you what I eat. But I've never actually talked about why I'm vegetarian or like my story with it or anything. So I'm just gonna start out with that. So I've been vegetarian for almost 2 years now. I don't know the exact day I went vegetarian, like I don't remember. I want to say it was in September or October of my freshman year of college, but I don't remember like what month of those two or like what day it was. But basically how I first got into the whole vegetarian vegan movement was my second semester of senior year of high school. It was a combination of things really. My AP psychology teacher was very health conscious, and like that was part of our like unit where we watched like a documentary and like learned about that stuff. And then in English I was taking an expository reading and writing class, and we also did like a food unit, and I just became like way more conscious of where my food was coming from and what I was eating, when before I hadn't really necessarily thought about it that much. I was going on YouTube for the first time really. I mean, I think I watched like Poland Bananas like booktube videos before that, but I never really like had watched a lot of YouTube videos. But I was like researching college, and I found this one girl, Izzy Davis, and she talked about her experience at Berkeley, and at that time I was like thinking I might go there. I don't even remember. No, I didn't apply there, but I don't know why I watched it, but whatever. I was like watching a lot of college videos, and she was vegan, and I ended up watching a lot more of her videos about veganism and like her experience with it, and I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I want to go vegan. And so it wasn't something that I could do right away. It like really wasn't feasible, like living in my parents' house where I was like super passionate about it. I was like, oh my god, like everyone should be vegan, the world would be so much better if everyone was vegan, like animal cruelty sucks, this is terrible, like how can this be happening, people are not caring about it. Like I didn't want to eat meat and like all this stuff. Like whenever I went out to a restaurant, I would always like choose the vegetarian option. All throughout that summer it was kind of that same thing. I just tried to like limit the amount of animal products I ate, but it didn't really like completely limit it from my diet. And like same with when I started out in college, I would just like only eat meat a few times a week. And like in college, like believe me, it's really hard to be vegan in the dining hall. Like I don't even know how people do it. People do, but... And then I joined a club called Cease Animal Torture, and then it was kind of through that I eventually decided like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be like full vegetarian. And then I think I was like full vegetarian for a while, and then I was pescatarian, and then I've been full vegetarian for like, I don't know how long. It's kind of a mess, but I don't really care too much about that. Like it doesn't bother me that I don't know. I think it was probably about like a year ago that I was like actually full vegetarian, like not eating fish. And I might be pescatarian again at some point, I don't really know. But the point is, I'm vegetarian, I'm not vegan, I am like to some degree lactose intolerant, so I do limit the amount of dairy I eat. I definitely like buy like non-dairy ice cream, non-dairy milk. I still eat cheese, and I don't eat yogurt anymore, and like butter. And I eat eggs, but we usually get them from the farmer's market, so like you can call me on this if you want, but I don't think it's that bad. Like we like get them from like sustainable like small farms from the farmer's market. Like I don't have a problem with that at all. But like I'm definitely aware of what goes on in the dairy industry, like I know. But basically, I don't know, I'm just not vegan. Like it's not just like not eating cheese or not eating butter, like there's dairy in stuff. Like if you go to a restaurant, you're gonna find a vegetarian option, but is there egg in whatever bread they use to make that? Probably. Like it's very hard to find vegan options some places. It really limits like what you can eat. And so I know that like when you look at it from an ethical standpoint, it's like that's not an excuse, but that's just where I am right now. Like maybe at some point I will go full vegan, but and also that would include like not getting products that were tested on animals, and like not getting, well, I already try not to get leather and fur, but basically I just do it like to some extent. I'm very happy with where I am right now. Like I don't feel like I want to try to fit into this label and like completely restrict myself in every area of my life, but it is something that I do care about, and I want to make like more steps toward it, but I don't know if I ever want to be like, I am vegan, fully vegan, I'm never gonna do anything that's not vegan. I just don't. There are some people that are that way and are happy and want to spread that message, and that's fine, but I think that like anything you can do that is like reducing animal cruelty is a good thing, and you don't have to do it all the way to be a good person. That's just my thoughts on it. This is kind of rambly. But basically, so the point, I'm gonna get to the point of this video. So when I first like got into the whole vegetarian vegan thing, I was very, very passionate about it, and I wanted to be that full, complete vegan. And I thought that everyone else was like wrong and like a bad person for eating meat. I was like, how can you not see what's going on? Like, open your eyes, like what are you doing? And I've learned to be so much more compassionate toward other people about their diets. I don't care what you eat. I'm just gonna say it on camera right now. There is so much hatred in the vegan community toward people who eat meat, and like, I can see it. I get why. It's like people who are vegan feel like they understand the world differently, and like they're like enlightened, and other people aren't, and they don't understand how people like can't see it. But it's just, it's not that easy for some people. Like some people don't care. Some people like live in a place where meat is easily accessible and more accessible than like fresh fruits and vegetables, and that's how they get their nutrients. Honestly, don't try to conform to a diet just because like you want to fit a label. You don't have to be completely vegan, you don't have to be completely vegetarian, you don't have to be completely keto or completely paleo just so you can like put yourself under that label. Like, eat what you want to, and eat what makes you feel good and what is like feasible for you in your life. Like, obviously think about the ethical consequences of what you're eating, but like if you feel good eating meat and you like, maybe you're gluten intolerant, like that limits what you can eat so much. Like, meat's gonna be a big part of your diet. Go for it. Like, people get so bent out of shape when I tell them I'm vegetarian. They're like, oh, like, can I not enjoy my chicken sandwich in front of you now? And it's like, yeah, like, eat it. I don't care. Like, that is your diet, not mine. I'm choosing what I'm eating, not what you're eating. Like, I'm not gonna tell you to not eat that, you know? Like, I literally don't care. Like, eat what makes you feel good, eat what makes you happy. But it just, I don't like talking to people about being vegetarian for this reason, is that I can't tell you how many times people have reacted with really stupid comments or just like bad reactions, and it really bothers me. It's on memes. Like, you think it's a funny thing, but it actually happens when people are literally mystified and they're like, where do you get your protein? Like, how are you living right now? Like, that is not something someone wrote on the internet to be funny. That's real life. People actually think that you can't be healthy eating fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, and nuts. Like, people just don't think that's a thing. This is such a rambly video. I just want to make it clear that even on a vegetarian and vegan diet, there are so many different ways of eating. There are some vegan people who eat mostly fruit. There are people who are raw vegan who eat a lot of raw fruits and vegetables and like smoothies, juices, smoothie bowls. They have like raw nuts and seeds, and they feel great on that diet. There are people who actually like more like cooked foods and have like brown rice and like cooked vegetables, and that makes them feel good, you know? So like, and there's people in the vegan community that like hate on each other for being one of those things or the other, and there's no one right way to eat. Like, everyone's body is different, and you need to eat like what feels good to you. So that's just, this is my rant. But basically, with my attitude of not telling other people what to eat, I get really annoyed when people try to criticize me about my diet. I can't even describe how much it irritates me. Like, I'm gonna leave you alone. You can eat your meat and your dairy and your eggs, your fruit and your vegetables and your nuts and whatever you want. So I'm gonna do the same, and I expect that same respect from you. I absolutely hate it when people try to tell me how they think I should be eating or how they think I eat or anything like that. Like, it's not your problem at all. I can eat whatever I want because it's my body. I know what I want to eat, and you can do the same. So this has definitely turned into a rant, but basically the message I'm trying to get across is that you know what you want to eat. You know what your ethical beliefs are, what your beliefs about nutrition are, and you should make a diet that follows that, and don't listen to what other people say. Like, obviously, if you want to do research, listen to what other people say, but don't listen to the haters. You do you, okay? And you let other people do them, and don't criticize them for how they're eating, because it's rude. So if you're interested in learning more about food, I have some documentary recommendations that I will try to link down below. Forks Over Knives is one that advocates for veganism. That sugar film is a really good one for like exposing added sugars in things that you wouldn't even think have sugar, and like kind of talking about like the effects sugar has on your body. Carbloaded is one that's more kind of like paleo or keto like geared. And Hungry for Change is my favorite food documentary. That's one we watched in AP Psych, and I feel like it's the most like unbiased nutrition documentary that really just focuses on eating like whole foods and not processed foods, and I think that is a really good one. So if you're interested, I'll link them down below. And I know that also Cowspiracy is one that talks about like the negative environmental impacts of like the meat industry. I haven't seen it because it's on Netflix. Also, What the Health is on Netflix, and I've heard that one's good. So yeah, if you have Netflix, you can watch those, but I don't, so I've never seen them. But anyway, yeah, those are my recommendations. So that is the end of my video. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, if you have opinions on this, feel free to leave them in the comments. I don't know that anyone will, but let me know if like you agree with what I'm saying or whatever. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!